Python interpreter is Python is extensive. Python modules, freely third-party documentation. Python interpreter is easily extended, and with new functions and data types implemented in C or C++ or other languages callable from C. Python is also suitable as an extension language for customizable applications. This tutorial introduces the reader me informally to the basic concept and features of Python language and system, and it helps to have a Python interpreter handy for hands-on experience. But all examples are self-contained, so the tutorial can be read offline as well. For description of the standard objects and modules, see library in the this tutorial does not attempt to be comprehensive and cover every single feature or even every commonly used feature. Instead, it introduces many of Python's most worthy features and will give you a good idea of the language flavor and style. After reading it, I will be able to read and write Python modules and programs, and I will be ready to learn more about Python, the various Python library modules described in the library index. The glossary is also worth going through. I don't think I will be able to make it. Okay. If you do much work on computers, eventually you will find that there is some tasks you'd like to automate. For example, you may wish to perform a search and replace over a large number. So Python is used for automation, mostly for automation, number of text files, and or rename or rearrange a bunch of photos files in a complicated way. Perhaps you'd like to write a small custom database or a specialized graphical user interface application or a simple game. If you are a professional software developer, you may have to work with several C or C++ or Java libraries, but find the usual write and compile, test, recompile cycle is too slow. Perhaps you are writing a test. Okay, so to write, writing the testing code a tedious work, or maybe you have written a program that could use an extension language, and you don't want to design and implement the whole new language for your application. Python is just the language for you. You could write a Unix shell script or Windows batch files for some of these tasks. But shell scripts are the best at moving around files and changing text data. Okay, so we have shell scripts, Unix shell script, all Windows batch files, shell script, batch files. not well suited were not well suited for graphical user interface applications or games. You could write a C++ Java program, but it can take a lot of development time to get even the first draft program. Python is simpler to use, available on Windows and Mac OS and Unix operating systems, and will help you get the job done more quickly. Python is simple to use, but it is a real programming language. It is simple to use, but it is a real programming language, offering much more structure and support for large programs than shell scripts or batch files can offer. On the other hand, Python also offers a large programs than shell scripts or batch files can offer. It offering more structure and support for large programs than shell scripts or batch files can offer. On the other hand, Python also offers much more error checking than C, and being very high level language, it has high level data types built in, such as flexible arrays and dictionaries. Because of its more general data types, Python is applicable to a much larger problem domain than Awk or Perl. Yet many things are at least easy in Python as those languages. Python allows you to split your program into modules that can be reused in other Python programs. So Python allows you to split that program into modules that can be used in other Python programs. It comes with a large collection of standard modules that you can use as the basis of your programs, as examples to start learning the program in Python. Some of these modules provide things like file input/output, system calls, sockets, and even interfaces to graphical user interface toolkits like TK. Python is an interpreted language which can save you a considerable time during programming development because no compilation or linking is necessary. The